Um, okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, students. Welcome back to the 1503 class. Today's topic is the bank reconciliation. Okay. A few ground rules. Kindly switch off your camera and please mute the microphone because it causes static on the line. Please enter your student number in the chat and kindly ensure that you have all your calculators and tutorial material available at your disposal. Send all queries, technical queries to ctmtat@unisa.ac.za. And kindly complete the feedback form. It's the third tab next to files. So our agenda for today is your bank reconciliation. The bank reconciliation is something that students struggle with. Because you are law students, I'm not going to teach you the ideal way to do a bank recon because firstly, you will probably never do a bank recon. Probably 90% of you would never do a bank recon in real life. And also, you probably won't do it this way. So you'll probably do it on pastel or something which is totally different. So the way I'm going to teach you the bank recon, students really understand it this way, but it's not the ideal way. Okay, so let's get started. The bank reconciliation is basically a document that must match the balance of the company, the cash balance of the company. They are completed at regular intervals because it is important that the company's cash records are correct. They will highlight fraud and cash manipulations. The reason why the difference occurs and why you need to do a bank recon is because of deposits in transit, outstanding checks, services and fees, or insufficient funds. And just to explain that, say for example, you have service fees or internet fees or bank charges. You wouldn't necessarily enter it in your cash payments journal because you don't know what the amount is. So it's all outstanding items, or it's all items that you don't really know the amount until you get your bank statement, and then you can see on your bank statement what the amount was. So basically, this is how I teach it. I asked everybody last week to go in prior to the lesson and download question 3 and question 4, because that's the two questions that I wanted to do today. I'd also send it to the WhatsApp.
Hi.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Your camera is still off, so we are unable to see. Could you please switch it on?
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
It's not the camera. Hold on, please. I forgot to share the.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks for telling me that. Oh my gosh. Why can I not change my desktop? I'm struggling to share my desktop, Adele. Just give me 1 second quickly. Adele is cutting me out when I want to share my desktop.
struggling, Aziza? Aziza, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm just struggling to share the desktop quickly. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Adele, can you see the desktop now?
I just lost it again. I saw it.
Okay.
There we go. I can see it. It's gone again. There it. Yes, got it. Again, Aziza. There we go. Are you there, Aziza?
Can you hear me, Adele?
I can hear you. I've lost your desktop again. Okay, there it is again.
Okay. Okay, so last week I asked you to print question 3 and question 4 that I uploaded because your tutorial material has not arrived, the 1 or 2 that I wanted to work out of. And those had some nice examples of bank recons. So I asked you to print it and I did send it to the WhatsApp group, so hopefully you do have a question. You do have the question in front of you. Let's look at the first one was question 3, Owen attorneys, okay? The bookkeeper of Owen attorneys totaled the business cash receipts and the cash payments journal for March. So what I do is, and this is how I teach the students, okay? We do a framework, and in the framework, we kind of like memorize all the stuff that would go into a bank recon. So in my cash receipts, remember this is not a cash receipts journal as such, it's an adjusted one because we've already done our cash receipts journal or our cash payments journal during the month. But now these are just adjusting items that we need to put in. So I've compiled a list of adjusting items that I can think of, and this is how you do your bank recon. You just sort of slot it in, okay? So I've got that under my adjusted cash receipts. You will always have total cash receipts, obviously, because it comes from your total cash return. Okay? Rent and interest received and cancel checks. Those will always be adjusting items in your cash receipts journal. In your cash payments journal, you obviously have your total cash payments. And then your rent and your interest paid. Okay? Rent paid, interest paid, those could be adjusting items. Service fees or bank charges, also adjusting items. Direct deposits, R&D checks. R&D checks is insufficient or dishonored checks. Cancelled checks is when it went stale. Okay, after 6 months it's cancelled. And then sometimes debit orders, which normally go off later in the evening and you're not aware of it, or a varying debit order. So when we're done with doing that, we would then move it to our adjusted bank account in our general ledger. So we would then, on our debit side, we will have our balance brought down if it's a favorable balance. If it's an unfavorable balance, we'll put it on our credit side. So then we will take our total receipts that we tallied up here, and our total receipts that we tallied up on our cash payments, and we'll enter it, and that's how we will do our bank adjusted bank accounts. Then the bank recon. Now remember, the bank recon is when you are reconciling, so it's the opposite of your normal bank account. So what is a favorable would normally be on your bank account would be a favorable on your bank account would be a favorable on your credit side. Normally a favorable sits here on your debit side. Now a favorable in your recon will be on a credit side because you're looking at it from the perspective of the bank. Okay? Your unfavorable will be a debit. You will always credit your outstanding deposits. Outstanding checks, you're always going to debit it because it's not presented for payment yet. Now, errors I can't help you with. The error you're going to have to go trial and error. That I can't help you. Errors could be any side. I can't tell you. Like I can tell you, outstanding deposit, you're always going to credit an outstanding deposit. Favorable balance, you're always going to credit. An unfavorable balance, you're always going to debit here in your bank record. I can tell you these things, but an error I can't tell you could be on any side. And then your debit or credit balance as per bank statement, that is basically your amount that you bring down here, and then you can see the balance. So basically, this is the format. You sort of like just write this format out in the exam. Not the ideal way, but you're going to write it out like that. And then you're going to start slotting it in. So for those of you who did print, or they do have the example in front of them, let's just work through it and I'll show you how I do it. Okay, so question 3, the bookkeeper of Owen Attorneys totals the business cash receipts and cash payments journal for March 2017 before he received the bank statement for March 2017. The totals of the cash journals were as follows. Okay, so business cash receipts 74,000. This is not such a good idea because now I'm in presentation mode and I can't type. Let me just see. Okay, let's just do it on Excel. Okay, so I'm going to copy it over to Excel now, like we do in the exams. So my adjusted journal. Can everybody see now? Because last week everybody was complaining about 5. Okay, and then let's have here our adjusted cash. Okay. Okay. So we said they would output the items like total cash receipts. Right? So that's how you're going to do it in the exam. And we said there would be items of total cash payments. Right? We also see that we know of interest income and interest payments. Okay. We also spoke about stale checks on the side. Okay. We also spoke about stale R&D checks. Spoke about bank charges. Okay. We also spoke about service fees, internet charges. What else? Debit orders, etc. Okay, leave our bank open. Okay, so the bank, we can't really say what's going to happen now. And then we had our bank recon that we know what is going to happen in our bank recon. So if I were to do my framework for my bank reconciliation, okay, we said either credit or debit balance as per bank statement, and then we said outstanding and we said outstanding check then we said errors, and then we said debit or credit balance as per bank statement. Okay, so let's look at the example now, and we said that the total business cash receipts was 74,700. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to slot it in 74,700. Okay. The next line item said business cash payments receipts was 49,000. So I'm just going to slot the 49,280 rand in there. Okay. The next paragraph 1. Okay. They say on comparing the bank statement with the cash receipts and the cash payments journal, the following were noted. On the 1st of March, the bank account in the general ledger showed a favorable balance of 1877. Now, it said the bank account, so we're going to put it in our bank account, showed a favorable, right? So favorable we know is on the debit side because here's a plus and there's a minus, or money coming in is favorable. So because they said to us there was a favorable balance of 1877, we go and put it in there. Okay? On the next line, they said on the 31st of March, the bank statement showed a favorable balance. So we know that the bank statement, let's just make here debit and credit. Okay. So we said that the bank showed was a favorable balance. So now we know that we have to put the 18,536 rand in. I just want to repeat this because I know that lots of students do get confused. Okay, I know that students do get confused.
Hello,
with this.
Aziza.
Yes.
I'd
Yes.
just like to know on which page we are on.
Okay,
The
last there's a example that I drew from a previous tutorial material that I've downloaded or uploaded, sorry, and you were supposed to download it. Okay, are you on our WhatsApp group?
Yes, I am. Just going to check now. Okay.
It was posted yesterday on the WhatsApp group, so you've got it there as well in front of you.
Is it
Sorry, Aziza?
very fine if it perhaps if someone can just send me a screenshot of the questionnaire, because I cannot open the PDF file on my phone.
Okay, can somebody just send
In
it?
the group or something,
Sorry,
please. Don't be much help.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry, Aziza.
Yeah.
Sorry, Aziza. I'm not at the WhatsApp group, man.
Okay, it's loaded. I've loaded it under additional material as well. On the in Teams where you get your material. That's why last week I mentioned it 2 or 3 times that you just need to get it from there. Otherwise,
And the WhatsApp. Okay.
you see, I'm going to have to toggle now between the screens to show you the question. That's not a problem, and we don't have a question that can show you exactly how to do it like this.
Oh,
And you see, and your study material 102 hasn't arrived yet. Have you got 102 material, study material?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it hasn't been sent out yet.
Yeah. How did I get in the WhatsApp group though?
We were in class and then we created the WhatsApp group. Like, you can just send me a WhatsApp and then we'll send it. I'll get you connected to the group. Anybody else?
What's your number? Sorry, what's your number?
Okay, send it to 081 329 3426. 329.
Sorry. Oh, 081
329
329
3426.
3426. Okay, thank you.
It is attached to under the material, the files on Teams. It's question 3. So if you want to download it quickly, I'll give you for 2 minutes or 3 minutes, everybody. download it quickly, and then I don't know if you've got a spare device that you can keep it on. That's why I said last week, if you don't have a device, you're going to have to print it or rewrite it so that we have the questions. Because the study guide doesn't have as nice questions to start off with, like the tutorial guide had.
I think I looked in there yesterday, but I couldn't find it, man. Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
If anybody just wants to send a WhatsApp, I'll just forward the thing on our phone, and then you've got it. Okay, so just send it to me, and I'll just forward it while I'm talking. I've now forwarded to 0384 now. Okay, let's get started. Let's continue. Okay, so on the 30th of March, the bank statement showed a favorable amount of 18,536, right? Now, students get confused because they often confuse that and that amount. Now, when they say the question says in the bank account in the general ledger, then we put it in the bank account. If it says in the bank statement showed a favorable balance, we put it in our bank reconciliation. Okay? Let's move on. The following services appeared on the bank statements, but not in the cash journals. So it's telling us that it is not in the in the cash journal. So if it says to me not in my cash journal, it means to say I must go to an adjustment in my cash journal. Okay? So service fees and internet banking fees, 442 Rand. Okay? It's there. You just have to go and slot it in once you have my framework in. A transfer of funds to SARS as payment for duty on behalf of Guru. Okay? That could fall under debit orders. Okay? 3720. And then just don't forget to reference it. Okay? Reference transfer to Guru. Okay, that should be a capital letter, but anyway. So the next one says a debit order of 400 Rand, okay, in favor of BA Insurance, okay. So let's see, with two debit orders, let's put another debit order there, and let's reference it BA Insurance, okay. So of 400 Rand. Add another line. Make sure that when you're writing, I'm not typing. So make sure when you're writing that you have enough spaces, but okay, they give you a template. So that's okay. Okay, so number 4, the following checks which have not yet been presented for payment to the bank were issued by Owen and appeared on the bank recon. So they are saying to us that these payments have not been presented, so they are outstanding checks, and we know that we debit outstanding checks. We're always going to debit our outstanding checks. So let's put here check number 401.
Lee Jane, just put your camera off, please.
Okay. Check number 401 is still outstanding. Check number 407.
Thank you.
Okay, it is 1042. Okay. Check number 415 is also outstanding. Okay. So it is 1571. And then there was check 480. It was also outstanding for 2,700. Okay. And the last one was check 491. and that was 1072. Okay. In the next line, they say check number 401 and 407 were issued to D. Duncan, a client, during 2016 September. The checks are stale. So now they are stale, and I showed you here that stale checks will be in my adjusted cash receipts journal. So now I'm going to take it out here. Okay, so it was check 401. That is now stale. Okay. And I'm going to add it here. And the other check that was stale was 407. So let's just take it out as well. And that was 1042. Okay. Right. Then they say to me, a check for 3020 withdrawn by another client of the bank was erroneously entered on the bank statement of Owen. Okay, so we're going to have to credit that one because it was erroneously debited. So now we have to go and credit it on my bank statement. Okay. Then they say to us, a deposit of 8920 dated 31 March does not appear on the bank statement of Owen. So it's not on the bank statement, so it is an outstanding deposit, and we said that we're always going to credit outstanding deposits. So I'm going to credit my outstanding deposit of 8920. Then BBAM, a client, made an electronic transfer of 5170 as payment on his account. The bookkeeper incorrectly entered it into the cash receipt journal. Now, normally when something is incorrectly recorded in a cash receipt journal, we will have to go and rectify it in the opposite journal, in my cash payments journal. So this bookkeeper incorrectly went to type in 55, which was more than the 5170. So I have to do an adjustment in my cash payments and sort of pay them out, sort of pay them out. So the balance. So let's put here BBAM, okay, and 5517 minus 5170. Is this screen better than last week? You muted.
It's very good. I can see everything.
Okay. Okay, so the difference was the 347 that's going to go into my cash payments and my cash receipts journal. So now I'm going to tally this up. Okay, 74 plus 1683, okay, plus 1042, and I'm going to get an amount of 77,425. Okay. If I tally this up, my cash payments, my service fees, my debit order, my insurance. Why am I doing it so far down? Okay. I am going to get an amount of 54,169. Okay. But like I told you last week, to close off, okay, we're going to close that off now in my bank account. Okay. In my bank account, I'm going to take this amount and I'm going to copy it over here, right? And I'm going to write total cash receipts. Okay, that is what it is. Okay, and this 54,000, I'm going to copy and put it here. Okay, and I'm going to reference it as total cash payment. Okay, then I'm going to tally it up. Okay, now 1877 plus 77 equals 79,302. Right? Now this 54,169 is higher than 79,302. I'm going to write my highest value of 79,302. Remember I taught you 2 weeks ago? And I'm going to say 79,302 minus 54. And I'm going to get an amount of 25,153. Okay, and it's going to be my carried down value and my brought down value in the next month of 25,133. Now that 25,133, remember it's now my debit side, okay? So I'm going to put it on my debit side again. So I'm going to copy it over and I'm going to put it here. Okay? So if it's a debit balance, you're going to put on the debit side. If it's a credit, you're going to put on the credit side. Okay? I am balancing it out on my credit side, but the beginning of the month, it's a debit balance. So I'm going to enter it on my debit side. So if I'm going to add up, I'm going to add up my 1571, my 200, my 1072, and my 2533, and I'm going to get 30,476. Okay? And I'm going to add up my 18,536, my 8920, and my 3020. Then I'm going to get 3476. And there it's balancing out. As easy as that. How many people, you can unmute your mic now and then we can just chat for 2 minutes. How many people actually struggle with the bank refund?
Sorry, Aziza.
Yes.
Can I see a full view of it? How it looks all together?
Now I'm going to have to make it smaller, eh?
Yeah, please, man. I just want to see quickly how it looks.
Can you see? I'm going to have to... Can you see now? Better.
It's a large work. There's no way to minimize it. Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Yeah, thank you. Yes, I see it now. Yeah, looks much better.
What looks much better? You see, because people are...
because we just saw pieces of it. So
okay.
Yeah.
Because people are complaining that they can't see if I put it, if it's too small, and I've noticed if I go on my phone, I can't see either. So I made it 16 or 20 the font, and just zooming in. But okay, you can just ask me. So tell me, the bank recon. Are you people struggling with the bank recon?
Yeah, sorry, Aziza. I know last week you did something about the PT.
You're breaking up. I can't hear you.
Chapter 4. So we're done with chapter 4 now.
Done with chapter 4. Yes, we did chapter 4 last week, didn't we?
Yeah, so we're done with chapter 4 now completely.
Yes. But chapter 4 links onto this. Chapter 4 links on.
Okay, that's fine.
Now we're done with chapter 4. Let's talk about the bank. Can you talk about the bank?
Can you go over it one more time, please?
Okay, I'll do that. Did everybody send me their number now? Once there's a copy or on the WhatsApp, I can just forward it quickly in the meantime. Okay, let's go through this again. Let's go through the same example. Okay, the bookkeeper of own attorneys. Let me just mute your mic for you. Okay, the bookkeeper for own attorney totaled the business, cash receipt, and cash payment journal for March. Before he received the bank statement for March 2017, the totals of the cash journals were as follows. Business cash journal, business cash receipts journal. Yes. Anybody want to say something? Okay, business cash receipts journal. Okay. Was 74,700. Okay. So we went and we will put it in the 74,700. Okay. Business cash payments was 49,000. I went and put it in. Remember, I had my layout already, like I gave it to you. So you're going to memorize this layout type of thing. Okay. And that's already 1 mark and 1 mark there, just to go and put it in. Then they told us, on comparing the bank statement with the cash receipts and the cash payments journal, the following were noted. On 1 March 2017, the bank account in the general ledger showed a favorable balance of 1877. So because they showed a favorable balance of 1877, we went and put it in on the debit side because debit sides are favorable. Then they said on the 31st of March, the bank statement showed a favorable balance of 18,000. So because they said the bank statement, we're going to put it on our bank recon. Everybody with me so far? Point number 3, they said the following appeared on the bank statement, but not in the cash journal. So if it's not in your cash journal, but it's on your bank statement, it means I have to go and adjust my cash journal. If they say it's not in the cash journal, so put it in the cash journal. It's easy as that. So, bullet point number 1, service fees and internet fees was 442. Okay, I can slot it in by my service fees. Right? A transfer of funds to SARS as payment for transfer of duty for Guru. Okay, we have it here as transfer 3720 to Guru. A debit order of 400 Rand in favor of BA Insurance. So I'm going to put it in there, BA Insurance. Okay. Bullet point number 4. They say the following checks have not yet been presented for payment to the bank, and they were issued by Owen attorneys and appeared on the bank recon for February 2017. So we go and enter anything which hasn't been presented for payment is still outstanding. So we're going to put it here under my outstanding checks. So I listed all the outstanding checks. Check 401 was 1683. Okay, let me just put it in here in case you're going to get confused. Okay. And check 407 was 1042. Okay. Then bullet point number 3 says check 415 was issued to R. Chetty for 1571. I put it in there. The next one, they said check 480 was issued to City of Vuyani for water and electricity for 2.7. I can put it under my outstanding checks, always on the debit side, always on the debit side. Let me make that read. Always on the debit side. Okay, so check number 491, okay, is 1072. I don't know what color it was now. Okay, but then the footnote says that check 401 was issued to T. Duncan, a client during September. The checks are stale, right? So now I'm going to remove it from here, right? Just going to delete it. And I'm going to put it in my adjusted cash receipts journal because it's stale checks. They have to go back into my receipts. They don't always tell you that it's stale. Sometimes they give you a check dated, a date, and it's 6 months old from the date. So then you must know, you must calculate that it is stale. Okay? This one, the next bullet, the next point, a check of 3020 drawn by another client of the bank was erroneously entered to the bank statement of Owen. So it was debited originally. So now to rectify it, we're going to credit it. This is an error. An error normally you can either balance an error out, you either know that it's at what side it goes, you can either guess also. And see, okay? A deposit of 8920 dated on the 31st of March does not appear on the bank statement of Owen attorneys. Okay? So because this is an outstanding deposit, okay, we always credit our outstanding deposits in our bank recon. Okay? Point number 7, BBAM, a client made an electronic transfer of 5170 as payment on his account. The bookkeeper incorrectly entered the amount as 55, so in the cash receipts. So when the error is normally in your cash receipts, you have to rectify it most of the time in your opposite journal, right, which is my payments journal. So BBAM, right, 5517, but it had to be 5170. So it was a 347 balance, and that is more like an adjustment. So you can write there even slash adjustment. So now I tally it up and I got 77,400 445 there, 425. So I take that 77,425 and I put it in my bank GL, my general ledger. Okay? Same amount, totals brought down. So same amount, I'm going to put in my total cash payment side, my credit side. Because remember, money going out the side, money coming in on my debit side. I'm going to add it up, and my highest value is on this side, which was 79,302, right? I'm going to put 79,302 on both sides, okay? I'm going to take the 79,302 and I'm going to minus 54,169, okay? And I'm going to get a carried down value of 2533. That is sitting on my credit side. Carry down. New month becomes a brought down on my debit side. Remember the rule, assets is always on your debit side. Okay? So now it's on my debit side. I'm going to transfer, take it over. Okay? And I'm going to put it.
Mommy, I just want to eat. You're allowed.
Okay. So now I'm going to close off my bank recon, and that is my debit balance as per my general my bank account. My bank. Okay. So now I tally it up: 1571, 2700, 1072, and 2533 gives me 3476. 18536, 8920, and 3020 gives me 3476. Can you see it's balancing? So this is not the ideal way to do a bank recon, but it helps you pass. And I think that's what you want to do. So what you do is you just study the framework. Okay? This is most of the things that I can think they would put in. I haven't come across something. I drew up this framework with a couple of questions already and I can't see anything else. Any questions on this before we go on to number 4? Nothing.
Thank you. Oh.
What's the matter? Okay, let's move on. Nobody wants to talk to me.
Atiza, just one question, please. Why do we debit checks that must still come, like the ones from 4/1 and 4/15, those ones? Why do we debit it in the bank reconciliation? Is it because it's still outstanding?
Yes, it's still outstanding. So you're going to debit it all the time until it gets presented for payment.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, let's do the next example, question 4. My numbers is out here. Okay, let's just do the next one. So we're going to draw up our framework. So we kind of like sitting in the exam room now. Okay, let's do this. Journal. Okay, and then cash payables. Okay. Okay. So what did we say our framework was? Total cash receipts, income. I'm just going to copy it now, okay? Okay. So total cash receipts, interest, income, and sales tax. That is what you're going to write out, okay? In my cash payments, okay, we're going to have all these. We're just going to clear it out. Copy. Okay. So let me just delete this. Please now, let me just go back also. I just want to mention something to you. You don't want the marker to think you're an idiot now. So, here there's no interest payment. So the questions didn't give you R&D and interest and bank charges. Just delete it. Don't leave it there. It's going to look like like you silly or something. So don't leave it there. Just scratch it out after you know that they didn't ask us anything on bank charges today or ROD checks. Okay? So now I've got my bank account.
Excuse me, Aziza.
Yes.
There's some, I don't know who is it, but there's a huge commotion in the background. It's like somebody's in the kitchen, or there's a lot of bang of plates and a lot of commotion people.
It's a lot of noise.
Yes, please. I'm not sure where it's coming from, but there's in the background where there was. Anyway, thanks.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, Aziza.
Yes.
Just a question. That amount of 8,920 Rand in the previous example, why did we put it on the credit side when the money came in? Shouldn't it have been on the debit side?
Remember, you were busy now here with your bank recon.
Okay.
It's the reverse. You're reconciling. Okay, so here in my bank account, you're going to put something like balance brought down, and you're going to have something here like total cash receipts and total cash payment. Okay, and then we're going to do our bank recon. Okay, put debit on the one side and credit on the other side. Okay, so we're going to write here balance as per bank statement. Okay, we're going to put here outstanding deposits, and we know that outstanding deposits is always going to credit. We're going to put here outstanding checks. Don't get confused now with outstanding checks and outstanding deposits. Okay. And then we said there would be an error maybe, okay? And then we're going to say debit or credit balance as per bank statement. Okay, and then let's just call it here the total. Okay, so let's look at the next example. Okay, so question 4 says the following information for the month ended 30th of November 2017 relates to Malaba attorneys. The credit balance of the bank account in the general ledger on 31 of October amounts to 1,200 Rand. So they said to us the credit balance amounts to 1,200. So we go and we're going to put it on our credit side. Our bank statement, our bank account. Okay. Unfavorable balance as per bank statement amounts to 152. So we know that this is favorable, and we know that that's on the debit side it's unfavorable. Okay. So we're going to enter it there. Number 3, the total in the cash receipts journal amounts to the cash payments journal 11,898 and my total cash receipts was 12,987. Can you see how easy it becomes if you've got your framework? Then you can just slot your stuff in. Okay, items appearing on the bank statement but not in the journals. So there again they told us it's not in the journals, so we need to put it in the journals. A deposit to the amount of 263 meant for Mahala was recorded in the bank statement of Mahala in error. Okay, so that was an error which will go to your bank recon. Okay, so in your bank recon, because they said a deposit was meant for Mahala, but it was recorded in the bank statement of Malaba, okay, in error. So we're going to debit 260 in my bank recon. Bank charges amounting to 53 Rand, and we do have a tab here somewhere for bank recharges. Or bank charges, sorry. A check received from K Knight to the amount of 1135 was returned by the bank marked R&D due to its insufficient funds. So we know that R&D, we've got a column for it, so we're going to put it in. Okay, interest on bank overdraft amounts to 128. Okay, so here's our interest payments. So we're going to slot it in 128 Rand. A direct deposit to the amount of 450 made by A. Atkinson. Okay, so a direct deposit to the amount of 450 for rent. Okay, so remember I had one that said for rent earlier, no? Let's just add the rent one. Alright. Now they say items appearing in the cash journal, but not on the bank statement. So it is here, but it's not at the bottom. Okay, so now we have to do the adjustment. Check number 610 to the amount of 675 issued on the 30th to pay for water and electricity. Okay, so that is an outstanding check, and we know an outstanding check is, let me just delete here and put it on the lower line so that I can reference it. So 675, okay, and it was check number 610. Alright, a payment of 1112 made on the 30th of November by a debtor, Alarato. Okay, so that is an outstanding deposit. Okay, a payment which was made on the 30th of November by a debtor. So sometimes the guideline is when they say to you the 30th of November, then you know it will still be an outstanding deposit. Okay, so we're going to put it in here, and we're always going to credit the outstanding deposit. Check number 614 for 1772 issued to C. Campbell. A business creditor was recorded for 2771 in the cash receipts journal. In the cash payments journal, correct the error. Okay. So C. Campbell 2771. Okay. Let's put the adjustment here. Minus your check 1772. All right. So 2771 minus 1772 for incorrectly putting it for incorrectly recording it in the cash payments journal. We're going to rectify it in the cash receipts journal for 999. Okay, so now we're going to add it up. 12,987, 450, and 999. Okay, 14,436. We add it up. So we take that 14,436 and we're going to put it in my bank account under receipts. Let's add up this 11,898, 53, 1135, and the 128 equals 13,214. Okay, so I'm going to put my 13,214. Okay, so if I'm going to add it up, this amount 1,200 plus 13,214 is lower than the 14,436. 436. So we're going to put 14,436 minus 13,214 minus 1,200. So I'm going to get an amount of 22 Rand. Okay, so now I'm going to balance brought down, and that is 22 Rand. Okay, That same 22 Rand, it's on my debit side. Okay? Remember, I must take it there. On my debit side in my bank recon. Same amount, I'm going to transfer it on the debit side. Let's tally up my bank recon. So it's 152 Rand plus 675 plus 263 plus 22 equals 1112. And it's 1112. Okay, that's another one. Okay, let me just highlight it so that you can see it better. Let's just put a line here so that you can see it also better. Okay. Okay. Does this look better now? And this is my bank recon. Okay. Any questions on the bank recon? Any questions on this method? This is just a framework that I create.
Hi, Aziza.
Yes.
Just a question, please. The RD check that a client had paid and he had insufficient funds. Why do we insert it under cash payments?
Because that money must be paid out again. Because it's insufficient funds.
Okay, but K Knight, was it the RD check? Was it from
A check
our bank
received
account?
from, the check was received from K Knight to the amount.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So obviously he was meant to pay the business, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if he didn't have enough money to pay the business, how come we put it under the cash payments?
Remember, we are doing the adjusted now, no? We're not doing the actual cash payments. We're doing the adjusted one where we realize that they don't have money, so we have to adjust my cash receipts, my cash payments journal now.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Remember, people, this is not the actual cash receipts and the actual cash payments. Remember, this amount here was your cash receipts journal. That was your cash receipts journal before you became wiser. That there's still interest payments, there's still people that paid, but then they didn't really have the money in the bank account. Bank charges, you will only know afterwards. So just look at this as the adjusted one that you're doing. Yeah.
That cash payment is that cash payments for the business, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that was a client that was supposed to pay the business. So why does it come under the cash payments? It wasn't the business that was paying out that had insufficient funds. Why do we not put it under cash receipts? Or we were supposed to receive that money and we didn't receive that money.
Yes, but remember, we recorded the money initially when we received the check. Remember, when I received the check originally 2 months ago, in the month, I recorded it under my receipts. Now I go to the bank and say, oh, there's no money now. So let me do my adjustment in my cash payments now.
Okay, I see. Okay, I understand. Thank you. Now I understand why I need to put it there. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Anything else? Does this method look better to you?
Hi, Aziza.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to find out on your totals on the where you have it carried down and the brought down. If you can just go back on your screen.
Okay. If this account.
Yes, yes.
Okay. What I did was here, I obviously tallied that and that and that, and then I got my 14,436 Rand. Right, let's make it yellow. Right, I tallied that, I tallied that, I tallied that, and I got 13,214. Okay. So now I take my 14,436.
Yes.
And I put it under my bank in my cash receipts. Right? And I take my 13,214 and I put it there. Because under my cash cash payments. Okay? This was my balance brought down. Unfortunately, it was unfavorable. Okay? The 1, 2. Right? So now I add that and that. But this number is higher. So 14,436. Sorry, why is it 11 here? Is that your problem? Why you didn't understand it? It's 11 here. It's a typo error. 14,436, sorry. Okay, so that 14,436 is higher than 1, 2 and 13,214. So there's a carry down value of 22.
Confused about that part, yeah.
Was it this?
Yeah,
Was a typo error. Sorry, man, I'm not in class now where somebody shouts a 1 or 2 when I...
All right.
Okay. Anybody else? Does everybody understand this method? Okay, let's do a very simple one with numbers. Okay, and let's look at on feedback activity. I think it's in your green book, your study guide. They always ask you a bank record, and you're never so lucky without a bank record. But if you do it this way, a lot of people actually get it. A lot of students score marks on the bank recon.
Okay, which activity are we doing?
Example 5.2 on page 73. No. Who's JC? What is happening here? Is JC doing something with the cursor? Johan could see her. A lot of content.
Hello, Aziza. Aziza. Hello, Aziza. Hello. Hello, Aziza. Can you hear me, Aziza?
I'm back again.
Okay.
Somebody just, I don't know what you are. I could see was doing something. Okay, let's continue. Can you see my desktop? No.
Yes, I can.
Oh, can you see my desktop? Okay,
Yep.
Let's do another example quickly. Just make this big. Okay. We said we're going to study this like a parrot, and then we're going to insert it in the exams. Okay? Not the numbers. We're just going to insert all the possibilities. Okay? The cash payments. Okay. And my bank, let's just copy the bank account as well. Okay, let's just take all these amounts out here. Okay. And my bank recon. Then so you would have written out all this framework, okay? So we're going to look at the example 5.2 and then we're going to put it in the framework, and then we're going to you're going to practice the rest 5.1 to 5.6 or 7 based on my framework. In this example, step 1 and 2, I'm on page 73. It's example 5.2 of your study guide, the green one. The bank account in the accounting records of Think Tank showed an overdrawn balance of 103 on the 31st. On the same day, the bank account shows a favorable balance of 140. Okay? So I am going to put my 140 in my bank recon. We know that it goes under, let's put your debit, credit. So we know that we're going to put 140 rand, 20 cents. We forgot to copy this, credit balance as per bank statement. Okay. So the next line, they say a comparison of the bank account with the cash journals revealed the following. A deposit of 75.60 was not credited in the bank statement. So that is an outstanding deposit. And we know that outstanding deposit is in my bank recon, and we're going to credit it. So it is 75.60. Okay. The next line, they say the following checks have not been presented for payment. Okay. So if something hasn't been presented for payment, we know that they are outstanding checks. Okay. So let's put our outstanding checks of 143 rand 10 cents and 226 rand. Can you people hear me? Because nobody's saying anything. Hello?
Aziza, we hear you. We just
okay. 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 So those are your outstanding checks. A check for 36 rand 10, which was received from a customer, was returned by the bank unpaid. Okay. So we know that that goes here. 36 rand 10 cents. Okay. The next one, they say the bank made the following charges: interest on overdrawn and service fees. So service fees we know is 11 rand 30. Okay, and then they say interest on overdrawn, that's 3 rand 20. Okay, original cash receipts. So our original cash receipts is gonna go in here, 913 rand and 8 cents. And your cash payments, which was $0.68. Remember, they didn't ask us here to go and do, they gave it to us. Okay? All right. So we got everything in now. So we don't have a cash receipts journal. Okay? because there was no information to give us. In my cash payments journal, I think somewhere we have to put our 1016 in. Okay, 0.68. Okay, I've got my 36 Rand, I've got my 3 Rand 20, I've got my 11 Rand 30. So if I tally that up, okay, so now I've got my 1067 in, and under my cash receipts journal, there's only the 913. Okay, so when I do my bank account, I'll have my 913 and this amount here. Okay, 1067.28 cents. Okay, so if I'm going to tally it up, 1067.28 is higher than 9113. So I'm going to put 1067, let's see, in both sides, and my carry down value is going to be 1067 minus 913 is 154 Rand 50 cents. Okay, let's do my bank recon now. So I've got the 140, I've got the 75. That 140, remember it's on my carry down side. I'm going to put it on my brought down at the end of the month, the 154 and 20. So if it's on my credit side, I put it on my credit side. Okay. Okay. Okay, so 140 plus 75 plus 154 is going to give me 370. All right, 143.10 and 226.90 is going to give me 370 Rand. And that's balancing it out. Okay, any questions?
Aziza?
Yes.
It's Terence here. And in the beginning of that example, it says the bank account and accounting records of Think Tank showed an overdrawn balance of 103. Is that just a red herring or?
Yeah, it looks like useless information because they say shows the balance of 103, but on the same date the business bank account showed the favorable balance of the 140. So probably in the morning, but when they reconcile, so I don't know.
Okay, so we ignore that, right?
Yeah, ignore that.
Okay.
It was on the same day. Any other questions? So is it easier now?
Kind of.
Kind of easier. What you need to do is you need to just practice it and not on Excel. Because if you're going to write an exam, you might not be writing on Excel. So you have to practice it on a piece of paper, where you're writing it physically out. Remember, I can still insert lines, I can still copy and paste over and stuff. So when you study accounting, you're not going to do it on Excel and on a laptop. You're going to do it on pieces of paper, where you're going to write it out.
But
okay.
Aziza,
yes.
Under the current settings that they are talking about, I'm really baffled. I'm confused. I don't want to jump the gun, but I can't wait to write. How am I going to write accounts that is on paper? How between me sitting on my PC and them somewhere in Pretoria?
Look, I don't know. I'm just saying,
Because
there's always been with paper.
Yes, I know. That's why I say all the other models, we know we have done some of them, which is ABC, or you have to make a portfolio. But when it comes to account, I'm really, in my mind, I know I've got peanut heads, but I'm struggling to, I cannot picture it. How am I going to do it?
It's called unprecedented times. We don't know what it, don't know how this exam is going to be. We don't know if it's going to be easy, if it's going to be difficult,
Because right now,
multiple choice.
I need to prepare, and I'm preparing according to as much as you are giving me. But the fact that I cannot imagine what it will be like. Usually I'm good at putting my mind at ease, knowing what it's like, this, ABs, which help me with anxiety. But now I'm more actually stressed, knowing that I don't even have a clue what lies ahead. But anyway, that's me.
But the format of the paper shouldn't be the concern right now. The concern should knowing the content of the curriculum. So that we'll sort out the last week when we know it's going to be a multiple choice, or when we do our exam prep. Remember, we're still going to do a lot of exam prep.
Yes, I can't wait for that actually. It will be more helpful.
Yeah. So what I want you to do from now till when I see you again. So in May month, I want to have more classes, like twice a week and on a Saturday type of thing as well. So you get exams. Okay. So you need to practice 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, all the bank records using this format. Like I said, not ideal, but the students actually, when they finish writing, they always say they could do the bank recon the best.
Yeah, I think since you're going to upload this one, I'll go back as I've been using this, and I go through this. I do good in listening than practice. Normally, I listen a million times before I started doing it. So it's helpful to me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Pleasure.
Aziza?
Yes. Yes.
Sorry, man. It's just assignment 2 that's due on the 8th of May. That's the only one I'm worried about because we didn't cover all the chapters so far, man. And the assignment 1 was already so tricky. But yeah.
Lucas,
Just
I
worried
don't
about
think I don't think I'm going to be able to help you to rush to get to all the chapters of before assignment 2, because accounting must move systematically. All the other subjects you can jump chapter 1, chapter 5, but you're going to have to just mini money mo try to figure it out. But I can't jump before the 8th of May to chapter 9 and 10.
I understand. Is there any way they can maybe adjust the dates for assignment 2?
That you have to email the exam section. You have to ask them to adjust it or whatever.
True, no?
Yeah.
Aziza?
Aziza, just one question, please.
Yes.
I just want to know in 5.2, if they say the bank it's an overdraft balance, why didn't we include it then in the bank statement or in the bank in the bank account in the general ledger? The bank would have a credit side to it. Why didn't we do it like that?
Which bullet point is that? A, B, C, D?
That's before where they say the bank account
showed an overdrawn. But it was irrelevant if it's overdrawn on that date and on the same date, then it shows 140. So somebody must have done a 140 plus a 103 payment in to get it to 140. What do you want to do? You want to first show it as overdrawn, and then you want to show the 140. So you want to show it here first.
Yeah, no, like you have now taught us with the other two examples on question 3 and question.
You see, but you can't show it. You can't show it in your bank account because remember this is a bank statement that they received, the business bank statement from the bank. So we can't adjust my bank account with this amount of money. When we got the bank statement at the end of the month, it already showed the 140. I don't know if they put it there just to trick you or what, but I don't know why they put it there. But it doesn't make sense because it's probably 3 o'clock in the afternoon it was overdrawn, and in the afternoon, the evening at 8 o'clock it wasn't overdrawn anymore. Then it had a 140 balance.
Okay, no, thank you very much.
Okay, Anybody else? Okay, I haven't touched your questions today. If there was any questions, what I would do is I will email you. I will if there's any questions in the chat, because I couldn't read the chat today. If there's any questions, I will answer you on your email. Next week we're going to do chapter 6, ledger and trial balances. Okay, that is not too difficult, but I want you to practice this bank recon because you can get your marks here. Okay, you can get your full marks here with this. So the next chapter 6. Let me just see chapter 6. Chapter 6 is not too difficult, but it builds onto chapter 7, which becomes a bit tricky with the trusted accounting. Okay. So for next week, I just watch where I load my study material. I'll probably load everything the weekend. Okay. But furthermore, I'll use my study guide. Anything else? Otherwise, we can call it a day.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Is that Vincent?
Yes.
Is my friend from Sansa here?
Sorry?
My friend from Sansa here. No, he's not online today.
No.
I don't know what his name was.
I think he's not online today.
I don't see him today. Anyway, thanks.
Yeah, it's time to break the fast.
Yes.
Have a good one.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Aziza. Bye.
Okay. Bye.